G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going through the tournament section of GS Pro and I'm going to be playing a full 18 holes. I'll break the video up into 9 holes, so I'll do the front 9 in this video and then a back 9 in a separate video. But I wanted to show people what GS Pro offers you in terms of tournaments. If you jump over to the SGT website, Simulator Golf Tour, I'll leave a link in the description. You'll be able to find out what I'm talking about. This is an additional subscription to GS Pro. So you have to pay to use this service. But when you do, it unlocks a plethora of tournaments and online play. So today I'll just be going through the Pro tournament. So the Pro Tour is open to everyone. Anyone can play the Pro Tour. The good thing about SGT is there's something for everyone. If you can only hit irons in your simulator, then they have a par 3 tournament. If you can't putt, if you have an R10 or you just choose not to putt, you have the Auto Putt Tour. However, when you get into these other tours like the PGA, the Pro, and the Web Tour, that's where you can start getting world ranking points. Okay, so your Web Tours is designed for beginners or people who don't have a very high ball speed. The PGA is designed for intermediate players, and then the Pro Tour is open to everyone, and it's going to be the longest and hardest. So how to get to these tournaments? So when you open GS Pro, if you click in the Tournaments tab, if you've registered for the tour, it'll pop up with the tours that you're registered for. So again, I'm going to be playing the Pro Tour today. The course is going to be at Red Hawk Ridge Golf Course, which is one of the new courses that's just been released. But then you have the other tours that you've registered for here as well. So the Auto Putt Tour and the Par 3. I haven't been playing a lot of golf this week. This will be my first round. So yeah, that's why all of my progress is play round 1 for all of them. They are 2-round tournaments, which is good. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump in and have a look at the Red Hawk Ridge. So in the Pro Tour this week, it's off the black tees. The pins are Saturday. 5-foot gimme putts is on. The biggest thing to pay attention to is this 6,000 foot of elevation. So as I've talked about on my channel before, for every 1,000 foot of elevation, you actually have to adjust your yardage by 2%. So today on my yardages, I'm going to be subtracting 12% from the total yardage, and that should give us a pretty good carry distance. The stimp is actually 10 today, so a little slower than what I'm used to putting on. And then we've got fairway and green firmness is normal. The wind is on calm as well. Now, the thing to keep in mind with these tournaments is if you look at the leaderboards for these tournaments, there are people who are seriously good. I think this week it's something ridiculous. It's about 35 under par that the leader's on at the moment. So it's absolutely incredible how low some people shoot. Okay, so this will be the front 9 of Red Hawk Ridge. And let's have a look at this opening hole. We've got a par 5, 512 yards. It is downhill 30 yards, and we've got a lot of elevation. So realistically, this tee shot for me, I'm going to have to aim pretty far left, somewhere in around that vicinity there. Get through that rough. Okay, that's worked out rather well. Okay, so with the downhill, with the elevation, we've left ourselves 109 yards into this par 5. So really got to try and take advantage of these holes where you've got that downhill and also the elevation. So my lie is a little bit downhill, it's a little bit right, so the ball's going to take off slightly right. However, the wind is out of the left, so I'm just going to aim directly at the flag. We've got a backstop to work with as well. I'm going to try and land this around 108. Sit. Okay. The one thing I forgot about there, I didn't even think about the elevation. So I carried it perfectly 108 yards. I forgot to take off 12%. That's the first lesson today. Remember to take off the altitude. Remember to take off that 12%. That leaves us with a little chip. It is 10 yards and it's going to come out right. It is downhill and everything feeds to the right as soon as it hits the green. So much like when I was using the R10, if I have a 10-yard chip, I try and carry it 10 feet in my sim. Because this is a little downhill, I'm going to try and carry this 9 feet. Okay, a little right, but we've got our easy birdie there on the first, which we should have had an eagle putt, but that's all right. We've learnt our lesson, hopefully. So, all right, 378, downhill 25. So similar to the first hole, this is a real tough shot now because you gotta go for it. Looking at that leaderboard, you kind of have to go for these shots. Be good. Okay, we've managed to hit the green there. Lovely, but we've left ourselves quite a long putt. And these are the hard ones to get the feel. So I'm almost tempted to chip this, but I'm gonna putt because it's more realistic, like I'd be putting in real life. So it's uphill 4 inches. So I'm gonna almost play this about a 40-foot feel. Okay, I've absolutely nuked that. Possibly should have just chipped that. It wasn't a bad putt, it was just hard. And I blew it through the break. So we've left ourselves quite a tough putt now. It's downhill, left to right, 10 feet, playing probably about an 8-foot feel. And this is the one thing where you see the good players on GS Pro and they're just so good at putting. Ah, oh, played too much break. Ah, oh, that was a bad par. Okay, on to the next hole. That was a bad par. The old 3-putt par. Okay, what have we got here? 165, down 6. So this is playing 139 yards. We've got a little backstop. I'm going to hit a wedge. So pitching wedge for me, 136. Aim a tiny bit left as well. That wind might kick up. So 136 yards carry for me on a wedge. So I'm going to have to hit this good. I'm going to have to hit it quite hard. Oh no. I forgot about the altitude again. Oh no, I didn't. I calculated it in. Silly. Another long putt, which is not ideal. So that one drew quite significantly. All right, let's try and get a better feel on this putt. So we got near 40-foot feel again. Hit it a little bit softer than last time. Oh, come on. I've got to get it inside that gimme circle. These are just those little pressure putts now that I'm leaving myself with. Let's go inside the hole. We'll go inside left, 6 foot. Okay, good par. Right, on to the next hole. We've got 435, downhill 36. Realistically, this hole, it gets quite narrow up by where my drive would go. So I'm going to lay back. I'm going to try and hit it just down the middle there and leave myself 120 in. I'm just going to hit a hybrid. Stay in the fairway. Okay, beautiful shot there. We've got 114 in. It's going to take off a little right and the wind's going to kind of push it that way as well. So similar shot to the first hole, except this time I've remembered to do the altitude. So we've got 100 yards. 100 yards. So for me, I'm going to hit a gap wedge. I'm going to do a 102-yard feel shot. So for me, this yardage, 102, is just a 3/4 gap wedge. The other option would be hitting a full lob wedge. But for me, I just feel like I can control this shot a bit more by hitting the 52. Whereas the full 60 would probably spin back off the green. Okay, not bad, 100 yards feel really. And that's good. That's a really good leave. That should be an uphill putt. I'll go on the right edge, 9 feet playing uphill. So it's going to be about a 10-foot feel. Lovely. Good birdie there. Okay, that takes us on to hole 5. And let's have a look. This is 378. The fairway looks like it runs out as you get to the hole. The pin's kind of tucked front left. So for me, hitting a driver, it's kind of going to put me in the rough and I won't be able to get a lot of spin on the ball. So I'm going to try and leave this short in the fairway. So if I can hit this about 270 max, so I'm just going to hit a 3-wood, take a little bit off, and this should leave us in a really good position. Don't hook. Oh no. That is a bad miss. Okay, kind of closed off the hole now because that pin's tucked front left, as I was saying. I have got a 3-degree left slope as well, so it's going to come out left. The good news is I'm on an upslope, so it'll come out a bit higher and that'll help me stop the ball. So I kind of want to leave this, if I can, just below the hole here, because that'll give me pretty much a straight uphill putt. Anything beyond the hole, I'll be putting downhill. It's much more significant, a significantly harder putt. So that's going to be, with the altitude, 85 yards to land it in that spot. I am in the rough, so I've got to add 5% onto that. So 88 yards roughly is my feel. I'm on an upslope. Let's go 90 yards as a feel. Using my wedge matrix, I've got an 87 yard 3/4 56 shot, so that should be perfect for this. So 87 yards, and we've come up a little short. So I reckon the rough probably grabbed that a bit more than I expected it to, but not to worry. We executed what we wanted to. I did say 90 yards, that one went 86.7, so that's on me. And that leaves us quite a tough little shot here. So it's going to take off left and then everything kind of breaks right when it gets on the green. So I'll aim a little bit right. Aim a little bit left. It's 9 yards. So I'm going to do probably, because I'm in the rough, I'm going to do about a 10-foot feel in my sim room. And I hit that too hard. That's got to sit. And it did. Okay, that was quite lucky because I hit that too hard. All right, on to hole 6. Okay, we've got 176. It is uphill slightly. So I'm going to play 176, take off the 12%. That gives us 155 as a carry distance. I kind of want to leave this below the hole. So 150 in my head is a good number. So I'm going to try and play this a little bit short. So my 9-iron is generally 150 club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit 9-iron and I can basically swing as hard as I want, and this should be a good shot, as long as I hit it solid. Get up. Okay, not a bad shot. It's going to leave us that nice uphill putt that we were talking about. It's right to left. So I'm going to play it a couple of balls outside the right edge, about a 20, 21 foot feel. Oh, I don't know how that didn't turn. That was such a good putt. And we're on to hole 7. This is a long par 5. It's going to be a 3-shot hole realistically. So there's not really any point in trying to kill this driver. It's just get it down the middle. Oh, that was struck really bad. Kick left. Okay, it's in the fairway. So that was our goal. Okay, so for me now, I'm thinking I could lay back to a yardage, or there's plenty of fairway up there. So I'm just going to try and hit 3-wood and get it as close to the green as I can and give myself a really good opportunity to get that next shot close. So again, not trying to kill it, just a easy 3-wood or a stock 3-wood down the fairway. Cool. That was a good shot. And that's going to leave us 46 yards to this hole. All right, so similar story, green slopes back to front. It's on an upslope, which is good. That's going to help us out. It's going to come out a little left. So ideally, I want to hit this. I want to leave it below the hole. Again, I want an uphill putt. So if I try and aim to land this at about 40 yards, it should jump a little forward and leave me below the hole. Now, the thing with this is, if I go too short, it's going to roll off the front edge of the green and come back. So tough little shot here. But if I can execute this, I should have a really good chance at birdie. A little bit long, sit down. We'll take it. We will take it. That's a birdie. Okay, on to the next hole, hole 8. This is an interesting hole. This is almost a 237, it's uphill, so you're looking at almost like 257. So that's 226. So that's almost just a well-struck hybrid. Oh, that was not a good swing. Come back. That might work. Be good. Be good. Okay, we got away with that one. Wasn't the best swing, but it's worked out quite well. Tough putt though. Realistically for me, this putt's one of those ones where you go, yes, I'm gonna try and make it, but if I don't make it, I don't wanna put it way past the hole. So I'm gonna play a bit more break with the intent of, if it does miss, it should finish near the hole. And it's a 19-foot field, there or thereabouts. Okay, didn't hit it hard enough, but overall happy with that. It's an easy birdie, and we're on to the 9th hole. Okay, so 9th hole, 372, it is 8 yards downhill. I'm actually just gonna try and, oh, it's only 328 to the front edge of the green, so this is reachable. Oh, that was out the heel. Not a good swing. Go, go, get through it. Okay, not the best place to leave yourself on this hole, but it's through all that deep rough. It's into rough, so we've got a chance. Let's see what we've got. So I'm on a 2-degree slope to the right, and I've got a downhill lie, quite severe downhill lie. So it's gonna come out a bit quicker. The green is sloping left to right off that left edge. So I'm gonna pretty much hug this left edge of the green. The right slope should kick it a little bit right, but when this ball gets on the green, it should funnel, it should feed to the right. And ideally, I want to leave it below the hole. So to the right side of the pin is where I want to leave it. Almost right side, and if anything, slightly long. So 42 less your 12% is roughly 38 yards, plus our 5%, 39. So 40 yards as a feel. And then I just got to hope that that slope really does what it looks like. It should funnel everything down to the right. That's got to go. That's got to go. Not a good shot there. Not a good shot. It's going to leave us quite a tough putt. Big breaking putt. All right, so I've got 25 feet. This is a tough putt. It's actually going to break a lot, I think. Let's put it there. 25-foot feel. Probably a little bit too much break, but we're in the gimme circle. So that's a par. All right, guys, and that concludes the front 9 of Red Hawk Ridge, 4 under par. Pretty happy with that, but I think we left a few out there. So if you want to watch the back 9, make sure you check out the next video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.